Hi, it's me again with Corel tips and tricks. I'm going to show you how to draw something like this similar. Every time you do it, it'll be different. So if we start in the center of the page with an oval and hit P and put it in the center of the page, immediately go and make it something thicker line, and then immediately go to object and convert the outline to an object. Control D and make a duplicate, and let's rotate it 20 degrees. You know what? Let's try 20. I said 30. Control D all the way around, and you get that right there. Now let's take an ellipse and put P, put it in the center of the page. Holding down the shift key, we can grow it from the outside. And let's make that like 10 points. Go ahead and go convert it to an outline. And then when you control D the next one, it will be an outline holding down the shift key. So it'll be an outline. And there's several ways to look at this. You could kind of do them just one part, or you could do them all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything, go Control G so I can get out of the way. I'm going to get my Smart Fill tool, and I'm going to go ahead and use that blue, and I'm just going to fill in these parts. Now I can take this and move it out of the way. Now that would be cool within itself, but let's actually left click, right click, and let's fillet it a little bit. And then see, it didn't do them all, but it did a pretty good job. I mean, there's one that it could be different. So now I'm going to group this together, Control G, Control D to duplicate it, alternate C to put it rotate from the 20 or from the center, and we'll go 20 degrees. Now, one of these is a multiple line because that one was already there, but it doesn't really matter. And then Control D all the way around. And in this case, having multiple lines doesn't really matter. I'm going to fill that in with this orange and take away the outline. I'm going to go ahead and go to Object, Group, and group them together. And you can see already how it's going to be different than my first one. You don't have to do this part, but I like playing around with the interactive fill tool and there's so many objects, it kind of slows down my laptop, but you could make that yellow. Let's actually make the other side red, a bright red. And let's go ahead and put an orange in the middle. Not really going to change much, but maybe make it a little bit more pronounced. And then you've got that object. See how it's slowing down my laptop? Put a black box around it, kind of show off. So what you did, you made rounded corners. Go up to Object, Order, back a page. So you've got a pattern that has rounded corners. And you can see how the one didn't really make much difference. But if you play around with this and maybe start with your lines not as thick. Let's just do it real quick. And I think I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page, and let's make it just like 8 points. Go up to Object and convert the outline to an object. Control D and duplicate it, mirror it, or rotate it 20 degrees. I don't know what happened there. And you don't have to put the circles. I was just doing it to give a little bit look of a circle. So Control G to group, and let's take the Smart Fill tool. And really what you ought to do is just not fill in well, if we fill it in, we're going to get double. You know what? That might work right there. So we're going to take away our line and see there's our separation. I'm actually going to left click, right click, and I'm going to just go like 0.02. Give it a little bit of that's not enough. Let's go 0.2. Well, a lot of times when you're using that tool, you need to back up. You kind of start over. Whoa, something's messed up. Let's do them individually. There we go. So it's that one that's bad. Let's go like 0.1. There we go. Now Control G, Control D, alternate C, and rotate it that 20 degree. See, that way you're not going to have duplicate lines. You just Control D all the way around. Come on, one more. There we go. So we get a total different look. You could still, from here, put the circles if you wanted. And let's go ahead and make them all. Let's go with a purple this time. Take away the outline and use the interactive fill tool. You know, even though that looks pretty cool, let's go a light purple. And maybe add a blue in the middle. Yeah, I don't like it as much as the other colors, but that looks pretty good. Let's just grab the black box from previous. That is a pretty cool look. But you've got rounded, you know, instead of just doing normal, you've got sections and they're rounded and rounded off corners. Anyway, I hope that gave you an idea or two, and thank you for watching.